Hello to the gamers. Holy cow. It's a little, am I crazy? It's a little more echoey in here today. Hello. Hello. I notice no difference. Oh, you notice no difference. But as soon as I try to eat a little bit of udon noodles on the stream, everybody's like, oh, my misophonia, my misophonia. Jerry, my misophonia. Even though I'm trying to eat it as quietly as I can, like, no difference. This shit is pissing me off. Because I talked about it, but I talked about it in Final Fantasy 16, which nobody watches. So everybody's like, what the hell? He's in the same place. I'm getting rid of this desk, okay? Because it doesn't fit the new organic modern design of the house that we're moving into. But that desk doesn't come for like another 3 to 12 days or something like that. So I gotta commute from the new house to this place in order to work. Didn't want to get a real job, started streaming. Now I've reached the pinnacle of streaming. I turned streaming into a real job with a fucking commute and like bosses that yell at me when I'm late and inundate me with asking questions I already answered at the all hands meeting. They're like, hey, I know we were all at the all hands meeting, but my ass wasn't paying attention at all. Can you put those TPS reports on our desk? Anyway, we should get started here. We are back with Super Auto Pets. Easiest way to get banned from the comments, if somebody says, hey, is it just me or does he sound a little echoey today? Did you change your microphone settings? You don't understand, okay? Since Tuesday's stream ended, here's what happened at the end of Tuesday's stream, okay? We had 50 big plastic totes. We packed up 50 plastic totes with everything in our house. Wednesday morning, 7 a.m. Woke up, movers came soon after that, loaded all the furniture, loaded all the boxes, drove across town, dropped off all the furniture, dropped off all the boxes. That took like 10 hours. Went to bed, woke up yesterday. It was like we got a base. 50 boxes was not enough to get the whole thing packed up. So we came back, loaded up like another 10 or 15 boxes, came back to the new place, unboxed everything. Kate unboxed the whole kitchen. New place is looking good, but we still got some work to do. We've been moving is the long and short of it. Also, I don't even think I need to... no joke. Wednesday was... and I'm privileged to be able to say this. I've never been in like a Richter scale magnitude 7.5 earthquake or something like that. You know, I've never been hit by a car. Wednesday was in the top 50 worst days of my life for sure. Daycare canceled that day. So we had our 2-year-old with us while we packed up our entire house, moved it to another place, and then unpacked it. Buy that 85-inch TV. I got a 75-inch TV. I showed up at Best Buy to pick it up. The dude took one look at our car and said, this isn't fitting in that. I said, that's fine. Can I get it delivered? He said, it's an extra charge. I said, yeah, no problem. Then, sorry, sir, actually, the only way that we do electronics deliveries is via Geek Squad, and Geek Squad doesn't have a truck big enough to move the TV. So the only way to get the TV is to actually order it online, and it'll ship from our central warehouse on a big truck. I said, okay, what's the expected delivery date? They were like 3rd week of July. What do you mean Best Buy doesn't have the means to get a TV to your house? Best Buy doesn't own a truck? Like, you got the 75-inch TV into your store. You have no means with which to get that to anybody else's domicile? It doesn't make any sense. You can rent a U-Haul for like 20 bucks? That's what I'm saying. They should be renting U-Hauls so they can... because they were going to charge like 99 bucks for delivery. Why don't they rent a U-Haul for 20 bucks and start delivering TVs all day? It's a damn side hustle for Best Buy. Anyway, this is freaking me out because the computer obviously is not in my new place yet. So to be on the internet, I've only used my phone for like the past 2 days. I'm like a true Gen Z. I'm like, whoa, the screen's so big, I can't take in all this information at the same time. Skip the Peloton because of the move. Oh yeah. I didn't work out on Wednesday because the movers came at 7:30. I didn't work out on Thursday because I was like the sorest I'd ever been when I woke up after 10 hours of. And listen, the movers. They did not do a good job, but I do want to just throw this out here. I think, as someone who's not good at things sometimes, even when I try hard, I think that they didn't do a good job, but they did try their best. But their best was not up to the task, to the standards that we were hoping for. Like I worked as a mover in university for one day, and I sucked shit at it, and I was working hard. I was sweating my ass off. I was just not good at it, right? Like I almost wanted to apologize to the people whose stuff we were moving. So I'm not saying like they weren't trying hard. I think they were trying hard, but they just didn't have the tools. I mean, like, just one thing. Like, they shrink wrapped everything, like all the furniture, which is nice. But then when it came into the new place, they were like unwrapping the shrink wrap with their car keys. And I was like, you guys don't even have like box cutters? They didn't give you box cutters? Or anything with a sharp edge? They got you pulling out like your keys? And it was saran wrapped like 100 times. You know, like when your grandma gave you a Christmas present and she used like a whole roll of Scotch tape? That's what every single one was like. And I was like, here, guys, here's like a box cutter. And they were like, don't worry about it. Also, didn't even put, most movers, they put the bags on their shoes, like most Sislak when they come into the house. No bags on the shoes, just raw dogging the boots on the hardwood. Anyway, I'm sorry, it's bringing up bad memories for me. Also, I don't even want, like, I'm happy to help out. I would rather do something than do nothing. But I do want to say that, like, when they started moving the 50 boxes in, it was my ass carrying the boxes upstairs. Like, they were just dropping them off in the living room, and then my ass was carrying them up the stairs and putting them, like, where they're supposed to be. I was like, why do we even Basically, we hired a truck and a guy to drive it. But again, I think that they did like the best that they could do with what they had available. Legit question, are movers supposed to move boxes room to room? Well, I mean, I'm pure ass. I think it depends on the setup. Like we hired a moving company that was not like man with the truck. We hired him like when we were doing the pre-move checklist on the phone, they were like, we're like a full service mover. Like, do you want us to help you pack? And we're like, no, that won't be necessary. We got it. They do like furniture disassembly, furniture reassembly. They'll loan you the boxes. They'll pack them up themselves if you want. So we were like, we're in great hands. But I definitely did not feel like we got the white glove treatment. I'm psyching myself up because I have to become my aunts after the stream, and I gotta, because they damaged a couple of things. I mean, they put a couple of dents in the wall, both in the old place and in the new place, which we're gonna have to fix. That's something that you have some like understanding of because they did move a piano. They chipped the wall in some places. They damaged part of Kate's piano, moving it, which I have like some sympathy for because it was basically just like one guy moving it up and down the stairs. They kind of half broke off one of the water bottle holders on my Peloton, which is like, bad for me because I get mighty thirsty during my 30-minute Emma Lovewell 90s rock rides. So I got to go talk to customer service and be like, hey, you guys did like not a very good job. But simultaneously in my head, I'm also like, I don't think I think the company set our movers up for failure. Like why I think that they thought it was going to be like a super easy job. And then they got there and they were like, oh shit, a piano. And then it was just like, one dude, like the strongest dude out of the three dudes who came was like, oh shit, a piano. And then you had like like a backpack that it came to the front with like two sticks coming out of it, two long planks, and he just put the piano on that thing and was basically walking it up the stairs. It's one of the most impressive things I've ever seen, honestly. But anyway, so I'm gonna have to use my words after the stream today, but that's okay. I'm just glad, like, you know, I think every couple, Kate and I were talking about this, every couple needs a Spider-Man 2 Tobey Maguire, and every couple needs a Spider-Man 2 Kirsten Dunst. There's times where I need her to be my Kirsten Dunst. I need her to be like, he said no mushrooms. And there's times when I need to be the Kirsten Dunst, and she needs to be the Tobey Maguire. Which one are you? Well, we flip as necessary. It activated my husband alarm. While the movers were moving our stuff in, I got a text from my wife with like 15 photos of damage to our walls, and she said, I need you to take care of this. And I was like, oh shit, this is the final exam of marriage. It's like, if you don't get this right, like, she'll never respect you ever again. So I gotta, before I send this email or make a phone call today, I'm like, ah, ah, ah. But it's hard to, like, you know, it will surprise you, and this will be copium spam, but I'm like a pretty nice guy. Like, when the movers were there, I was like, you know, they're struggling, man. They're doing their best with the tools that they've been presented with. Watching them work so hard and not be very good at what they were doing was like, it's a sad feeling. Because you're like, they're really, it's got to be like being like the worst professional athlete in like the NBA. It's like they're busting their ass and they just suck. I'm sorry. It's not, it would have been easier psychologically to handle, I think, if they were just being like a little lazy. But they were like, they were sweating their asses off. They were grunting, and I could see the veins popping out of their forehead and stuff like that. And you're like, man, it's just, they have very good reviews, which is why I'm actually excited a little bit to make this phone call, because I think you have a lot of leverage over a company that's wronged you if they have like a 4.9 out of 5 on Google reviews. Because like 1 2-star review, reputation means everything in this town, as you know. I'm a nice guy. I don't really want to leave a 2-star review. If I was a nicer guy, I would leave a 1. Because whenever you see a 1-star review, people go, oh, they're just mad. Whenever you see a 2-star review, people are like, what did they do? A 2-star review is like, this person is with a sober and logical mind, they are still angry. That's where you're wrong. I'm not angry. My wife is angry. If my wife is angry, that has ramifications for my own life. So there's a little domino effect, okay? You should have sent 4 guys instead of 3 guys. You're supposed to send one really big guy who's like enormous and looks unathletic but can like solo carry a fridge. And then you got like one really old skinny guy, but then you're like, this guy's not going to be able to lift anything. And then he just walks up to like a stack of 5 boxes full of books and just carries it with one hand with a cigarette in the other. And then like 2 guys who are like maybe the sons of farmers or something like that. You're like, these kids are only like 16. They're really working as movers. And then all of a sudden they're like, hey, you take that end. And they just free solo like your fucking couch or something like that. Instead, we had like one tall, skinny guy. And I was like, I don't know. Like this, what's he doing? They had one like incredibly strong guy. And then like one dude who was just sort of, I don't even know. He was just driving the dolly. He was just piloting the hand truck. We were absent something that every moving team needs. Every moving team needs one guy who's like 5'4", 290, is just like a belt, and he just wraps the belt around a washer and dryer and walks down the stairs. Like I want to tell them on the phone, you need to hire a 52-year-old man who just got out of prison, who's 5'4", 290. That's what you need. Excuse me, do you have the belt guy? Sorry, the belt guy, sir? Yeah, you know, the guy with the belt? Do you have a middle-aged man with male pattern baldness who doesn't shave his head? Do you have a guy who wears just like a gray t-shirt to formal events? Can I get that guy? Also, like, so we had them disassemble our bed because when we bought our bed, we had it assembled and it took them like an hour and a half to assemble it and they were cursing. And then when they came down, they said, "We really hope you guys enjoy your bed." And I read between the lines and I was like, that's basically them saying like, fuck you, even though we paid them to assemble it. Okay, fair enough. So when we got the movers, we were like, "We know you do furniture disassembly. Can you disassemble and reassemble our bed?" And they were like, "No problem." And then it's like, I get it, but it took the dude like 2 hours to disassemble the bed, which means that there were only 2 guys lifting all the stuff. And then when we got to the new place, it took him like 2 hours to put it back together. So at the end of the day, he came down and said, "I'm done." And I said, "The bed's really complicated, right?" And he said, "No, it was really easy." I was like, "What do you spent 4 hours today putting together the bed?" It's crazy. I expected him to be like, "Yeah, it was pretty tough." But instead, he was just like, "No, it's like I see it all the time." Like, it was just I don't know. I mean, we were pre-tilted by then, so what can you say? So, I mean, I guess all I would say is never move. Like, wherever you live now, you should live forever. If you're planning on moving ever, don't ever buy anything. And I know you probably think that I mean, like, don't buy heavy stuff. I mean, like, no, don't buy anything that doesn't get consumed. Like, you can buy food, for sure. I would even recommend it. But you should not buy books. You should not buy video games. Get Audible. Get a Steam Deck. Do not purchase physical things that require moving. My ass throws away everything when I move. I hear you. I went through my closet and I would say 40 to 50% of my closet. By the way, first 10 piece on a Friday. Ooh. I donated approximately 40 to 50% of my closet to the Salvation Army. And there is some, I don't know, listen, all I know is it made it into the back of the store. I don't know if it's going to make it to the front. That's up to the handlers. But there's some NL merch in there. There's some merch samples that the merch was fine, but I just don't need like 7 slightly different versions of the same hoodie. There may or may not be a PUBG zip-up from Bluehole Inc. that says acquiesce on the back of it. I'm just saying. Which one? I'm not going to tell you which one, because I've probably got some more shit to drop off. I don't want you to meet me there and kill me, because I've been taking so much time off. If it's any consolation, the cruise was a lot of fun, but the last 2 days have not been a lot of fun. Mattress is a nightmare? Listen, I really don't want to go too off on the movers. But I was also kind of fucking losing my mind when they were taking like... It took 2 dudes to move the mattress up the staircase. And I was like, no disrespect, but you guys do this for a living? And when we bought the mattress, I was like, this shit is fucking heavy. But it was just me and my wife, who is like not a big individual. So she said, "Do you want me to help you move this up the stairs?" And I said, "No, I got it." And then I just fucking man-motored it up the stairs. And it hurt like a son of a bitch, but I got it done myself in like... I don't know, it took me like 5 or 10 minutes to get it up the stairs. And then there were like 2 dudes like huffing and puffing taking it up the stairs. And I was like, what's wrong? You got to get the piano guy moving the mattress. I know they got to do it every day. That's why I'm like, well, I feel like a traitor to the working class because I'm like complaining about how badly the movers did. But at the same time, I'm like, it's not that I think I could do better. It's just that I've had movers who have done a way better job, so like, make it make sense. You know what I think happened is like, I think that the company, you know, realistically, they probably had multiple moves scheduled on the same day. And what I didn't realize is that it's a lot like the Canadian medical system. Instead of being honest over the phone and being like, you know, yeah, we live in a relatively small place and we're not taking all of our furniture and like, we just got some boxes. They probably went, oh, send in the... you know, like the G League movers. And then we got somebody in like a 4,000 square foot house, and that's where they sent the dude with the belt. Next, same thing. I went to the hospital. How do you feel? Pretty bad. Oh, really? Pretty bad? Because there's someone over there who stubbed their toe, and they say they're going into cardiac arrest right now. So we'll get back to you eventually. Next time we move, I'm gonna be like, yeah, we have it's the house isn't that big, but it's crammed floor to ceiling with textbooks. We have 7 pianos, 4 king size beds. We're moving a car as well, but the car doesn't have wheels. Like, we're gonna need at least like 4 belt guys. Like, don't even send the skinny dude who does the paperwork. Just send the belt guy with like a waiver and a contract ready to sign. I'll pay whatever I have to pay for 4 belt guys. We mentioned the piano, by the way, and then they were like, yeah, no problem. They said they had like special piano movers that come with them. I guess one of the guys was the special piano mover. Like, he was really strong. Like, he was the, you know, the NBA memes where it's like, this dude scored 71 points. Like, he was Nikola Jokic. But the rest of the team was doing more like Ben Simmons. Sorry, I don't watch the NBA, so this is all secondhand knowledge. Anyway, I feel bad because, like, it, you know, when someone does like a shit job because they're being, oh, good garlic. When someone does like a shitty job because they're being lazy, you're kind of like, fuck you. When someone, they were really working their ass off, man. Like, it's just, it just sucks that they, like, I hope it doesn't end up reflecting badly on them when customer service gets this, like, you know, Eminem verse that I'm going to send to them to try to get some money back. But I'm like, they really, I want to make it clear. Like, the email is going to, maybe this is a Tim Robinson bit. I just want to preface this email by saying that the 3 guys who did the moving really did their best. They had a great attitude, and we would definitely work with them again in the future. That being said, they fucked up the house we moved out of and the house we moved into. They were woefully unprepared for the size of the load that we had prepared for them, and it took them 3 times longer than it should have taken them. But at the same time, they were sweating and grunting, and they kept asking for glasses of water. They were working really hard, and they were cursing our name when they thought that we couldn't hear them, which is their right because it's a hard job. I understand. I was cursing my own name. I was like, why did I buy half of this stuff? And I was the one moving it. Anyway, so we're like, you know, we're largely moved now, which is exciting. I'm feeling good. I'm liking the new place. Had my moment of zen. Like, moving, you forget how much it sucks until you do it, and then you remember, like, real quick. Like, after we got all the boxes in the house, your brain is like, we're done. But that shit hasn't even fucking started, dude. Now you gotta unpack, like, 50 boxes. And, like, I don't know if anybody else has moved recently, but there's almost like a little... I have like a competition. There's box drafting. It's like Magic the Gathering. Like, I'll look at some of the boxes. Let's say I'm unpacking the kitchen. I open up a box and I see 2 spices, a plastic plate shaped like Pikachu, a mug shaped like the anime character Umaru, and then like a bag of Epsom salt. And I'm like, I'm sorting this shit down to the bottom of the fucking pack. I'm opening up another one, and it's 16 glasses that are exactly the same size and shape, and I'm like, don't let her see. I'm taking this one. I know exactly where the mugs go, or the cups go. I slot them in 4 rows of 4. It's perfect. I open up another one. It's like half shit from the pantry and like half baby socks, and I'm like, not quite yet. Maybe if it wheels around, maybe I would take that one. Ooh, 8 plates. Okay, 8 plates. I can do that. Opened up one box. It was just the air fryer and like a French press. And I was like, this is for me. Honey, I can't help right now. I'm unpacking. Tunk. She doesn't need to know I just finished a box in 4 seconds. Yeah, I unpacked like 10 boxes. I was really busy. Box 1, rice cooker and the thing that keeps water hot for your tea. Box 2, 3 boxes of cereal and granola bars from Costco with a couple of bags of beef jerky on top of it. the boxes that are left for her. I'm like, I did 10. You could just do like 8 or just do whatever you can. And then she opens it up and it's like 128 loose, unsorted screws of different sizes and gauges. Listen, sorry. I just did the ones that I saw. Where was the baby and all this? On the moving day, she basically was just like sequestered with either myself or Kate, depending on what the other one of us was doing and what the movers were doing. So that like we couldn't, basically we were like a man down for like the whole moving day. And then unpacking, we were trying to just like basically keep her out of the way. And then we're trying to decompress. You know, we like went back to the old place, packed up even more stuff, went to drive back to the new place. Kate and I are had like debriefing from the moving. We're like, oh my God, we're gonna have to contact customer service. I hope we can get like at least a few $100s off, or like what maybe we should contact like a handyman and get a quote for how much it's going to cost us to repair this stuff, and then attach like a PDF of that quote to the email where we ask for a partial refund. And then we're trying to like work out all these logistics of like our plan. And in the background, it's like the first time my daughter has seen darkness in 3 months, because she goes to bed at like 8:30 p.m. and she's like, I like the night. I like the night. Actually, Mom, Dad, Mommy, Daddy, I really like the nighttime. I like the night. Actually, I think I like the nighttime. And we're like, ah! We're trying to do it. Wednesday was a lot. She was doing her best, though. Your office looks the same? Yeah, I'm in the same place right now. I don't think it'll be until like mid-July until I'm in the new place. But the office is looking nice. I'm now at the point where I can start to like enjoy our new place, because it's starting to like come together. The office is around the same size, but it has an adjoining bathroom. It has a beer fridge / bubbly fridge 3 steps away from it. It's got I mean, it basically has like, I don't even know what to call it. It has like a wet bar down there. I don't know what I'm going to do, because we don't really drink wine. But I'll just put like a bunch of sparkling water or something in there. It's like the basement is basically like a bachelor pad that I can just be sequestered in. I'm very excited. Peloton's down there and working well, although it might be down 1 water bottle holder. But because the sink's right there, man. Moving the Peloton must have sucked. Listen, first off, VVWWWVWVV, I know how to read. You're not going to be, if I'm reading these Dr. Seuss novels every other night, novels is maybe not the right word there. You're not going to beat me with a bunch of V's and W's put together. And when the Tweedle Beetles battle in a beetle battle puddle, in a puddle on a poodle with a noodle eating poodle, that's a Tweedle Beetle puddle battle, etc., etc. It's a fox and socks, sir. But moving sucks ass. Like being a mover, I can't do it. I was dragging my heels my first year, my first summer off in university. I was like, yeah, I'll get a job. And then I'd like boomer coded job applications, like walk into a store with a suit on and then give them like a MS Word resume that I wrote myself. Like there was no online portal back in the day. I would walk into like a Value Village. Excuse me, can I speak to the manager, please? I'm a very important business person. So I was dragging my heels. And then my dad got sick of it and was like, I'm taking you to like this temp agency where I did an aptitude test. And I was like, they'll probably put me on IT or something like that. That night I got a phone call that was like, get ready to learn how to move, buddy. Your ass is waking up at 5:15 a.m. and getting into a 18-wheeler. You're going to go move an entire house in Belleville to an entire house in Iroquois. I did it for 1 day and I said, this is the worst job on the planet. And I immediately got my ass in gear and got another job where I could sit in an air-conditioned office. Like, I'm not cut out for this. That being said, like, Kate's right. The movers got lucky. Like, we were not even moving half the stuff. Like, we got a very cursed entertainment unit that I would never put someone through moving and setting up again. So we're just going to junk it, basically. Our couch, I think we're just gonna, I don't know if we're junking it or putting it on Facebook Marketplace or something like that. You know, there was we had I was gonna say, you know, how many bedrooms we have. It's irrelevant. It's double digits, okay? That's all you need to know. But in spite of the amount of bedrooms we got one bed. One bed. Come into our house. They're like, how many bedrooms? We're like, well, you know, we got this many, but we converted all of them except for one into an office. And you're not even moving our desks. We're going to move our desk. We're getting new desks. So they had almost nothing to move. And then people are like, well, it must have been hard to move the Peloton. That's why you need the guy with the belt. Guy with the belt. If we have one guy, a 55-year-old guy who used to repair refrigerators, if he came over, he would look at our house for 2 seconds and say, boys, this is going to be the easiest job of the week. We do not have a 10-bedroom house, by the way. I was gone for 2 days. Did you guys watch too many genuine streamers who forgot what satire is? Have you told them what you're wearing for pants? Yeah, I haven't. Well, even in all the boxes we've unboxed so far, I haven't found any damn pants, so I've just been wearing bike shorts for like 3 days. It's a different pair every day, but I've never felt like more sartorially challenged. The whole first moving day, I was wearing like the tightest pair of bike shorts that I owned. Why? Because it's what I got, man. Also, we forgot to move over my damn bathroom stuff, so I've been showering using my wife's body wash. I'm very confused right now. I can't even, like, there's 17 bottles in the shower, and I can't figure out which one's soap. Some of them are called, like, bath soak. Some of them are called shampoo. I'm familiar with that one. Some of them are called lotion. I think you use lotion after the shower. The one I settled on is called shower milk. And I don't even know, I don't know what makes it milk. Like, it's not the kind of milk that I be leaving in the shower, I hope. I think he did wash his body with my shampoo. I didn't. I used the shower milk. You said that, well, here's the thing. I went to get in the shower, and then my wife said the white bottle is the body wash. But then, like, 7 out of the 30 bottles in the shower are white. So I'm in the shower with, like, no glasses on, like, which one of these do I put on my balls? Listen, Jack, just tell me which one of these goes on my scrotum. I got a little upset with my wife when I was packing our kitchen stuff up, though. And you have to understand, like, I'm not proud of this, but I also think she needs to take 40% responsibility. I'll take 60% responsibility. But she was like, what's taking you so long to pack up the kitchen? And I'm looking at, like, shelves and shelves full of, like, anime mugs that are shaped like they don't stack on top of each other. We had, like, at least, I'm genuinely trying not to exaggerate, minimum 25 mugs. There might be as many as 40, okay? Like, when you pack glasses, you're like, glass, tissue, maybe some bubble wrap, you know? They grid nicely in the boxes. You got one shaped like, it's fucking as big as my head. It's shaped like the red panda from Turning Red. It's 2 stories tall. It takes up almost a whole box by itself. I got a Mickey Mouse cup that's 3 feet tall, and he's doing like a disco move. I got a big one that's like Jack Skellington. It's as big as a fucking sewer grate. I got it was shaped like Umaru, and then like all these little like sake cups. And I see she drinks out of 1 cup. Her whole life, she drinks out of 1 cup, but we got 75 cups. And then she's like, what's taking so long? And I'm like, I can't pack this stuff quickly because like every single one needs like special wrapping. And I know like if the handle to the Umaru mug chips off or something like that, then it's my ass that's going to be, you know, sleeping on the tile floor, right? So I'm trying to be like as careful as possible. She says she has the audacity to say, what's taking so long? Blame society? There were some that weren't her fault, for sure. Like, there were a lot that were her fault. Just being honest. But there were some where I was like, how do we get, like... You don't realize, like, we've been living together for, like, 11 years or something like that. You know, shared habitation. If we got like 3 mugs a year, which is not that unreasonable, especially after you have a kid. You get like 7, best mom, great world's greatest dad mugs and stuff like that. Before you know, after a decade, you got 75 mugs or something like that. My ass doesn't even drink hot beverages. Kate, I was actually looking into like volunteering today because I woke up at 6 and didn't have like shit to do because I don't have a computer. So I was like, man, people probably need help like volunteering. I would love to just walk around for like 4 hours on a Saturday every 2 weeks, pick up some garbage or something like that, chop some vegetables in a soup kitchen. Apparently, I didn't know this, that shit is all full. Now, because everybody wants to do it. So, if you want to be a volunteer, you need a fucking PhD, and then you can go to the community center and you can teach, quantum physics to senior citizens for free instead. You wanna walk around and pick up trash with like a neon vest on? Guess what, motherfucker? That's like an 8-year wait list. Oh, but are you a cardiac surgeon? Because we're looking for volunteer cardiac surgeons to do aortic valve replacement down at the community center on the first Tuesday of every month. It's fucking crazy, man. So you will not catch me picking up the trash. Just pick up the trash? Well, if you do it through the city, they give you a vest so cars don't throw Grimace milkshakes at you. And they give you one of those little sticks that you can use to pick up the garbage. I'm not doing it for the merch, but I'm like, if I'm going to be picking up trash, I'd like to have a stick. I don't want to buy this stick myself. I'm donating my time. Just buy a stick? They should fucking give me a stick. I'm volunteering. Can you address your ass deflation allegations? Okay, so like my wife's kind of putting me on blast here, but yes, I can. We had been moving like a handful of boxes a day for like 2 weeks. And I was telling Kate, like just from bending over, standing up, and then like hauling boxes, my right ass cheek was like begging for mercy. Like the first day it was fine. After the second day, like it was starting to, it was getting like a little sore. And then like it never got any rest, right? So it didn't get any better. But then yesterday, it was just completely numb. Like, yeah, there were times, 4 days ago, I could pick up a stack of like 4 boxes and just walk it in and be like totally fine. Today, just getting like 2 boxes, or just yesterday, just getting like 2 boxes, I would bend over and my ass would just be like, I'm not getting up. I'm not fucking doing it. I'm not doing it. And I'd be like, we just got like, come on, we just got 20 more trips, man, 20 more trips. But then today, it's good because the feeling came back into my ass. The feeling is admittedly mostly pain, but I think it's a better sign than numbness. NL, you the kind of guy who would try to carry as many folding chairs as possible during a volunteer event? Absolutely. That's what I want. Like when I was looking for how to volunteer, isn't there just like a place you can go and be like, don't you need somebody to just like lick stamps or something like that? I would love to show up to a charity 2 times a month and lick stamps for like 6 hours. Or like lick envelopes or whatever. But I honestly think that's what I'm realizing. There's too much demand for that kind of work. What they need is people that are like, we're going to do like the logistics. They need people that are going to run the fucking show and like do shit that nobody wants to do. Everybody's like, if they're volunteering, everybody's like, I want to chop the carrots, you know? I would volunteer at a soup kitchen for sure, but I don't want to do the ladling. Because I'm not like a social butterfly. But I would love to be in the kitchen chopping up celery. You got to probably graduate to the celery cutter. Because that's easier on the joints. They're probably going to start you on potatoes or something like that. I'll be like, oh, I got fucking carpal tunnel syndrome. Cutting up these damn potatoes. Oh, how'd you get the job as the person slicing the celery? Oh, my dad started this. So fuck you! Give me that celery! Shit drives me crazy, man. Same thing. I was thinking maybe I could volunteer at the library, but I'm like, I bet that if you volunteer at the library, they're not like, hey, put these stacks of books away. They probably got like 10 years of wait list for people to put books away in the library. They'd be like, hey, guess what? The fucking shitter exploded. Get in there. Oh, no, again? And then there was another one I saw that was like, you can drive senior citizens to like their medical appointments. And I was like, I could do that. But then I was like, it's probably annoying sometimes. You gotta like talk to them on the way to the hospital and stuff like that. And like, that's not what I'm here for. I'll be the guy who drives with his AirPods in. Like, buddy, I'm here for the solitude of the drive. There's another volunteer that'll come and listen to the story, okay? I'm not saying you shouldn't be allowed to tell it. I'm just saying it's not my area of expertise, okay? Also, I'm like, I don't know where to park. Gotta call them on the phone and be like, where could I park? And I bet they're not gonna explain it that well. They're gonna say some shit that I don't interface with. They're gonna be like, park on the north side of the building, and I'm gonna be like, what fucking side is the north side? Let me get out my astrolabe. What are you talking about? I'm just... I don't know, I'm just making shit up, basically. I'm like, I want to do stuff, and then like all the stuff that I think I want to do, I'm like, I don't want to do that. Are you crazy? I have to be stupid to do that for free. You gotta pay me for that. But all the shit that you would do for free is already taken by other people who started volunteering in like 1991. Yeah, like my dream for volunteering, I guess it's naive, but it's kind of based on like when you would volunteer for shit in like high school. Like, don't they just need somebody who's like good at mental arithmetic that can man the cash box at the bake sale? And then I'm like, well, cookies are $2 each or 3 for $5. And then they're like, I'll take 3. And then they give me a 20 and I give them $15 back. Like, that's my dream volunteering job. It's true. Or you could woman the cash box as well, of course. Get a job at a grocery store? No, I just like, because then they're going to want you to show up like whenever. My ass just kind of wants to be like, I don't have anything to do today. But then I'm like, I remember now that I'm like, oh, I have a kid. So, well, trust me, that time will get filled. Man goes without his PC for one day and loses his mind. That's actually a perfect encapsulation, I think, of what happened. I was like, I've got an hour of free time. Maybe I should volunteer for the rest of my life.
How was Jackbox? Was Jackbox good? I'm sad I missed out on it. But honestly, things are settling down. Yesterday, I think I unpacked like 18 boxes all by myself in 2 hours and a half, and that was all kitchen stuff. But then like when I was unboxing it, I'm like, oh, okay, here are the spices. So I put all the spices in the spice like tray. And then I opened the next box and there's some more spices. And I'm like, wait, what? But I just put out like bunch of spices. Why is there more spices? And I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. And then I opened another box and then there was more spices and I'm like, oh my gosh. I wanted to compliment Ryan for packing things so nicely with all the bubble wraps, but then I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna compliment him for packing so nicely. Why does he put like same thing but in like 5 different boxes? Like, you know how when you pack, you try to put the same thing in the same box so that when you open the box, you will get like the one thing all at once. So when you're unpacking, it's easier that way instead of like as you're opening, more spices comes out, and I'm like, what? And then as I'm packing, there are more glasses coming out, and I'm like, what? It's not my spices, man. For me, spices, I might actually have like 3 or 4. Ryan actually got 30. He got all the different spices. That's Ryan, dude. And then have I complained like, oh Ryan, you got too many spices? No, I organize it and I go like, oh, he got spices, and I respect that. But then when we were packing, Ryan goes like, I'm frustrated. I need to talk to you, and I'm like, what's wrong? And then Ryan goes like, you have 20 damn mugs. All you need is one mug. Why do you need so many damn mugs? And I'm just like, what's your problem, dude? And then he goes like, there's just so many damn mugs. I'm gonna trash all of it. I'm like, don't trash my mugs. And then like he made people think that I got like hundreds of mugs. And then I actually counted it and I got 38. And then like so many of them, we got it for free. Like people send mugs on fan mails, or whenever like for example when we move to the new place, the developers gave us like 2 mugs with their like developer company names. Like mug is such a thing that like everybody gives for any reason. Like when I gave birth to my daughter, Ryan's mom gave us 2 mugs, huge mugs. One says like #1 mom and #1 dad. So it's just like, honestly, there are mugs that I bought for sure, but then there are mugs that we got for free, and there are quite a lot of it, like as a gift. And then like I cannot throw them away because I got it for free, and it says like #1 mom. I cannot throw that away. Sure, I don't really use that #1 mom mug because it's huge, and I dare I say it's a little cheesy. I don't really wish to be like remembered as like, hey, I'm #1 mom. Glug glug glug. I would rather use cute mugs, And then I only got like, I don't know, like few weeby mugs, and then Ryan goes like, oh, Kate has Umaru mugs, ooh. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, now people think I have like godzillion amount of anime mugs. I actually got like 3 or 4 at most. The real question is, how many of the mugs do you regularly use? I would say 2 to 3. 38 is too many. I mean, I'm not gonna go into the detail of like, oh yeah, then how many mugs do you have? And then you go like, I only have 1. I'm like, oh yeah? Do you live by yourself? I'm like, no, I live with parents. I'm like, oh yeah? It's like, it's kind of like, been there, done that. I don't want to go into that whole thing. 38 is an insane amount. It's not an insane amount, dude. Just because you got 1 mug, and because I have 38 mugs, they're not all freaking like all character goods or stuff. Like I said, I got it for gift. Jesus Christ. You cannot be emotionally attached to all 38 of them? What the fuck? Why are you guys... Maybe I am, dude. So it's like, if someone gives me a mug as a gift, I should just trash it. I'll be like, oh, I got 38 of them at home, so I just throw it in the garbage? I'd be like, well, now I gotta have it and then keep it. The developer merch ones, yes. No, I'm not gonna throw it away. It's not like we don't have space for it. We have enough space for it. It's just the Ryan's complaining like, why do we have so many mugs? It's the reason because we have so many mugs is because people give mugs for gift. For example, another mugs that we have, people love to give mugs on fan mail. We got like chess when Ryan was playing chess a lot. We got like chess mugs and stuff. Did I ask or buy the chess mugs? No. But am I gonna throw it away? No. Cause like this nice fan gave us the chess mug because they liked our content. And it's not like we don't have room for it and we're just like sleeping on top of mugs. We have space for it, dude. Like why do I have to trash it? Just because the number of the 38 mugs are too many? But like why should you care? It's not like we like don't have place for it, like I said. Okay, put it on just chatting. This is serious. Yeah, I was gonna talk about how the moving process went, but then like nobody's interested, so I'm just talking about anything but that. Nobody go like, so how was the thing? Maybe because like everyone already like know it. I don't know. I couldn't tune into like Ryan's stream. I think I tuned in for like 2 minutes and I was like, okay, I'm good, cause like I gotta go meet my electrician. I did talk about most of it in Discord, but then I thought people who came from Ryan's stream would have been like, so okay, could you tell us about the moving? We thought it was a source of trauma, so avoided it. Dude, I'm just like a bundle of trauma, aren't I? Ryan's perspective was very kind to the movers by comparison. What are you trying to say? Are you trying to say that I'm mean? I'm trying to say he's too nice. It's true. I'm so angry that he's nice. I want like a husband who just like rips people's ass, you know? You're like, excuse me? You ruined what? Call your manager. Yeah, he just rips his own ass. And like, I got so angry when we were moving that I told Ryan that, like, you shouldn't just be nice to them. Like, you gotta like put your foot down and like, please like explode on them, please. And then Ryan said, I got you, don't worry. And I was like, be angry. And then Ryan was not angry at them. I was like, why were you not angry? I wanted to like scream and like, you know, like look at this, look at that. Where's your manager? Call your manager. But then Ryan was angry for me owning the 38 mugs. Like my innocent 38 mugs doing no harm to nobody, and then freaking the 3 dumbass movers wrecking the whole house down. And he goes like, thank you for your time, sir. Oh yes, here's a $500,000 for your effort. Thank you. It's not that I'm obsessed with the mugs. It's more like I have never seen my husband angry at me. But then like that was the only time he was actually angry and he rolled his eyes on me, and I never felt this kind of like emotion when my husband rolled his eyes on me. And like you just don't understand, Chet. It's usually me rolling my eyes on Ryan, not Ryan rolling his eyes on me. It's very like, it's not fair. That's my job, not his job. His eyes doesn't get to roll. My eyes roll. Not the asshole, your mugs, your rules. I did tell Ryan the next time I'll just pack everything. I think for like, oh, let's go. We are unhappy with the level of service we received. The workers you sent worked hard all day, and some degree of damage is understandable given that we have some heavy stuff plus staircases. However, we feel that the amount of damage is beyond reasonable and will require us to hire handymen to fix the problem as the result of the move. We would like to reimburse compensated in a fair manner. Given the circumstances, is there anything you can do for us? That's way too nice, dude! That's so nice! Oh, you should have let me write the letter. He said like let me handle it. I would have been like, do you see this damage? You like wrecked it so hard. Now I can see my neighbors through the holes. You dug a freaking cave in our drywall. I can basically give a handshake to our neighbor next door through the hole, dude. And I paid and I asked many times. I asked like 3 times. I went with I was confirming the week before, day before, and then the day of if we were getting the piano specialist. And then the whole times on the phone, they said we are getting piano specialist. You said you will bring 3 movers plus the specialist who will move the pianos. And then it sounded like the 3 movers are gonna move like the normal things, and the piano movers are gonna come in their own separate ways and move the pianos. And now in the invoice, as you can see, that you charged me for the piano movers. However, I did not see any piano specialists. There were 3 just normal movers who moved my piano. And guess what? Include photo. You wrecked my pedal. So I hope you can pay for that damage as well, you freaking Burp! Oh. I think what Anel did is probably the best. Ah! Oh, dude. It's so... And then, like, I looked into the invoice, right? I'm just like, freaking, like, the 3 movers who came, there was no specialist, like, no piano specialist came, right? So I'm just like, they better not charge me for it, because, like, it was just the 3 movers, and they wrecked everything. They could, if, literally, it was like, if someone were to try to wreck as much as possible with the piano, that's what they did. Okay, no, like when I bought the piano, I actually called the piano specialist and had the piano move upstairs. And guess what? It didn't take an hour, and like they did perfectly fine. No dent in the wall, no dent in the wooden staircases. It was perfectly fine, and they were very good. And then they were like, like, happy to do service for you. Thank you very much, and then goodbye. That was it. But then these movers, like, oh my gosh, it's like I don't even know where to start, honestly. So like we got the box, like, reusable boxes, right? Um, and then we had like I think I ordered 50 boxes, reusable 50 boxes, and like the boxes are not that big. And I packed, and then like all the 50 boxes are used up, but there was still stuff in the house. So I'm like, Ryan, hear me out. Let me just like load up some boxes in the car, and then I can unload them and then come back, and then with the empty boxes I can load up the rest of the stuff, so that we can actually like be more productive in our time instead of just watching the moving stuff. And then Ryan's like, I don't know, they're pretty dang fast. I think they'll be done like even before you get back. And I was like, I don't know. And then Ryan's like, what are you talking about? They're fast. And I was just like, okay. And then I watched them like moving the boxes, but like legit, there were 3 movers. One guy did not do a shit. Like if I was the leader of this moving team, right? And then there's like a total of 3 men. One person would stay nearby the truck. One person would be on the base, like the ground floor, and one person would be on the second floor. So like the person on the second floor moved the boxes on the second floor to the ground floor. The person on the ground floor will move the boxes on the ground floor to outside, and then the person who's outside will load up the truck with the outside box to the inside, right? So that it's just kind of a chain of like handing off the boxes, and then get things done quicker instead of a person coming in, coming up, get the box, go down, load up the truck, and then vice versa. Because like it's not that effective, because like when they're moving the boxes, they cannot like hug up the stairs, so one person has to like wait, or 2 people have to wait for a while, one person's coming down from the stairs. So it's like it's not really that effective. And I was like, whatever, maybe I'm trying to like, maybe I'm playing way too many JRPGs. I'm trying to like min max on everything. I understand. Maybe that's my fault. Trying to be understandable. Boxes went fine. There weren't much of a problem with the moving boxes. I mean, the boxes gotta be easiest thing. Anyways, after that, most of the furnitures right now, we are not moving any of the furnitures, because we are getting new furnitures for our new places, because like the new place outline is very different from our current place. And so the couch that we have, we cannot use it in the new place. Like it will not work by just the way of the structure of the new house. So we have to get a new couch, and the old couch we're just leaving it behind. Same thing with the entertainment table. The new house came with the entertainment table built in, so we have no usage of like moving our current entertainment table. And then like, so we're bringing our dining table and dining chairs. So I'm like, okay, so that's like one furniture, right? And then we're not bringing any of our desks, because we're getting new desks, because our current desks don't work in our new places. So we had to order new desks. That's why we're working here in our old home, because the desk has not arrived yet. So like no, like literally so far, the furniture we got is a dining table and dining chairs. And then no, we're not bringing any bookcases. Same thing. Like the bookcases are way too tall, for the new houses. So for the new house, so we're not bringing any bookcases. Um, and we're bringing our queen size bed. It's not even king size, it's the queen size bed, and that's basically it for the furniture wise. That's it. I mean, like, we're bringing Luna's crib, but I mean like the crib is like super simple crib, so it's actually really light. I can lift up the whole thing just like with my one hand. And then I broke it down for them because they said like we don't want to touch the crib just in case because like it's for baby. So I'm like, okay, I can do that for you. I can break it down so that you guys can like move it and I can build it back up. No problem, easy. And I mean like for Luna's like furniture wise, crib, bookcase, and like the baby, like the chair and the table thing. Like that's it for the furniture. Like so easy. Like the moving, even when I was doing like the like on the phone call to make an appointment, they were like the person on the phone was like, "Wow, like are you guys a minimalist? Like this is like nothing. You guys barely like have anything." And I'm just like, "Oh, it's because like I mostly moved all my stuff already on our own and we're getting new furnitures just for the new place, so it's there won't be any much of like furniture moving." And then the guy on the phone was like, "Wow, this is amazing. It will take like it won't take that long to move all this, like you know." But then like we charge minimum 2 hours, just letting you know. I'm just like, okay, sounded like the moving thing will be done in 2 hours or something, right? Well, I was wrong, cause like when they after they moved all the boxes, they started to move the piano. And like my piano is hybrid piano, it's not traditional piano where like all there's no actual physical string. Like there are mallets. Mallets are hitting digital string. And so like mechanism and everything is the same as like a grand piano, but then it's a hybrid, so it's not as like it's basically it looks like an upright piano. Even though it's supposed to be a grand piano, it doesn't have that the whole like huge thing because it's hybrid. And it's actually one of the lightest hybrid piano because they got no like my piano doesn't have like metal strings or anything, so like it just has the like the keys and then the mallets, right? So it's pretty dang light for piano standard. And three dudes came, no piano movers, and like legit, I know like because I've seen professional piano movers moving pianos. What they do is that they like first of all they wrap the piano so that like piano doesn't get scratches, and then they also put like some kind of like protective cloth or whatever on the ground so that instead of you pushing the piano, you're basically pulling the cloth that's underneath the piano so that you're basically like sliding the piano instead of pushing the piano. It's easier that way, and it minimizes any of the damages being done to the house. But then like they did not do that. Like a dude, like he just like they were like, oh, let's just like lift it and then like carry this piano. And I'm just like, ooh, like that was just so stressful. Like them trying to like work this thing out. And then like the funny thing also is that the staircases that we have in our townhouse is actually pretty like spacious. Like it's not tight. But then their communication, like when you're moving stuff, like you should have like a really good communication with your team. Their communication with their team members were not good, and they were like actually fighting on site. And I was like, I could not believe that they were actually having arguments. It's like, I think this is the better way, and then they go like, no, that's not the better way, this is the better way. And like I'm like, were you guys like serious? Like you were having an argument? Like I was like I was like I could not believe it. Like this was such an easy job and they fucked it up as hard as possible. I think like one dude, he like legit didn't carry anything. So like by the time when we load up the stuff in the truck, it was already like 5 hours gone because it took them an hour to move the piano, which is like insane. Like it's a townhouse. It's not a huge house. We live in a tiny townhouse. Like how can you move this piano for like an hour? Like it's like a proof to show that they're not a piano specialist, because piano specialists Like they freaking move grand pianos, and grand pianos are like a ton. Like they are so heavy, and this thing is like nothing compared to that. And them having this much trouble for like for nothing, like it's like it's so infuriating. And then oh my gosh, I don't know if Ryan told you this, but this was so funny. So like after they load up the truck and then like we moved to the new place, Ryan was looking for plugs, right? Like where's the plug for the Peloton? Where's the plug for the TV? Like where are the power cords? Where is the cord for my piano? And then all the cords were not there. So Ryan asked the movers like, "So do you guys have the cords back in the truck still?" And then they were like, "No, we got nothing in the truck anymore." And then so like after the moving was done, which total amount of time it took was 10 hours. 10 hours, dude. Like unimaginable for moving like literally two furnitures and one piano. It took them 10 hours. We had to come back to the townhouse because the movers didn't move the power cords, and I was losing my mind. So I'm just like, let me get this straight. You moved the TV, but you didn't move, like you didn't, like you took the power cords out of the TV, left the power cords back in the original address, and then just like didn't carry the power cord. Like why would you unplug it and then like leave it? You know what I'm saying? Like you can either leave the plug in the TV and then move it with the plug, like, or put it in a separate bag or whatever. I just don't understand why they left it in the original address. Like they were like trying to F us up. And we had to pay them by the hour. Like it wasn't by the like work, it was by the hour. And then it wasn't even like the hour of like them arriving from our place until like they leave. It was actually the hour started when they left their office. So like their office is in Burnaby and we are in Vancouver. So it takes about 30 minutes just by the car them to arrive to our place. So like already 30-minute gone. It's like I was like, but apparently I think that's standard. Like that's not just them. Like that's just a standard policy that they have in Vancouver moving companies, I guess. And when I was talking to the guys on the phone, like they were so nice and everything. I had a huge like I had a confidence in them honestly. Like I told them many times I have piano, 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 and then they were like, yes, we will bring piano specialists. And then even on the brochure they say like specializes on piano moving. So it's like, and then like what's so funny was that when I first talked to them when I was booking the moving, they were like, so about the piano moving, and they were like, oh, we actually have a partnership with the special like piano movers. So it won't be us who will be moving the piano. We will actually call the specialist and then they will be on site, but like that it won't be us. Like they legit said that to me. And then guess what? It was actually the movers who moved it. And like the new house is a new house. And like already got like the thing about dents in the drywall does not bother me because it's not that hard to fix it. I just need to get a paint. I need to get sandpaper. I need the what's it drywall mud or whatever they call it. Just fill out the hole and then just like let it dry out. Sandpaper, sand it down, and then put a new paint. And then like it's as good as new. The thing that are really hard to fix are the wooden floors, because like they actually like they didn't like they also scratched and indented the wooden floor, and the only way to fix them is to either sand it down all the way and then color it back up, or actually have to replace and get a new wooden floor like that panel. And then in the new place they also like indented, like made a huge indentation on the wooden door, and and kind of like clipped off or chipped off the wooden door frame as well. And in order to fix those, like all I can think of, like there isn't really of like a filling that you can just put in the chipped off wooden door. Like if you want that to be gone, it's like you have to replace the door. And then I show the photos that I took to my sister because I was really angry, and I needed to like vent, and my sister is like, so like how much did you pay them for like moving? And I was like 2,500, and then my sister's like, that's really like a lot of money. I'm like, I know. And then I was like how much should we like kind of ask for compensation for all the damage? And then she said like get a repairman, show them all the pictures, and then get a free estimate for them to fix all this. And and then my sister said it might actually be more than the amount that you paid for the movers, because like the wooden floor replacements are really expensive, and like wooden door frame, like they basically have to like replace that thing if they want to get rid of the damage. So it's like I know you paid 2,500 for moving, but then like like fixing all that damage might actually cost the moving company more. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is so stupid. And then my sister's like, just think of it as like you had a free moving situation, or like you just had a free movers. Do you feel bad that the movers will get fired? No, because I think if I were the movers, and then like honestly, if I was the mover and then the company told me to like, oh hey, by the way, the customer asked for the piano movers, and then you have to call like the specialist. Um, like, do you really think it's the company that said like, whatever, let's just like you can just move it? You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it would be the company who would have told the movers to just move it. I feel like the movers would have seen, like, movers, like, looked at the piano and then it's like, this is, like, nothing, I can do it. And then, like, basically told the company that said, we can probably do this, no problem. Just call off on the specialist so we can get more money. Like, that's my 2 cents. Because if I were the mover and the company goes, like, if the piano doesn't seem, like, too heavy, why don't you just, like, take a chance and move it? As a mover, I will not do that. Because I'm like, no. I don't want to be the responsible one for all this damage. I'm not specialized on the piano movers. The reason why we got specialized movers for pianos is because, like, those things are delicate and it's hard to move. Like, it's not my, like, place to judge if this is, like, we need a specialist or not. Like, that's for the customers to decide. So it's like, I don't know, like what is, why chance it on a piano, right? Like, furniture, sure, but I don't know. And then like there's so many things that, like, even like the little things, they didn't do it when they said they will do it. Like, for example, they said, do you have mattress cover? And I'm like, oh, we don't. And then they're like, oh, because you didn't order for the mattress cover, if we damage the mattress, we cannot cover it, it's the company policy. And I'm like, that's fine, that's my bed. If the mattress gets destroyed or dirtied up, I'm not gonna complain about it. And the guy was like, don't worry too much about it. I will put like the ceramic wrap all around it so that it will be damaged less. If it were to damage, it will be like less damaged because we will take good care of it. And I was like, thank you very much. And guess what? They actually did not ceramic wrap the mattress, and it got really dirty, and they tore like holes in the like the mattress cover that I put on. But I did not complain that I did not take a photo of it and like showed it to Ryan and complain. Like, I just told Ryan there are like holes in the mattress cover, but it's my bed because I should have asked for them for the mattress bag or whatever to protect the mattress. But I mean, I didn't do that, and they told me they're not responsible for it if they were to damage it. So I'm like, that's fine. I'm not gonna go out and complain to them. But like there are so many things like they said they will do and they just didn't, and then ended up kind of damaging it a little bit when we got to the new place, because it took like 5 hours to load up 50 boxes and two furnitures and a piano. That Ryan was like, this is like insane. Like, he was like, I should have listened to you, Kate. You're right. You should have just like packed like few boxes here and then unpack in the new place. You could have made like easily 3 trips. And I'm like, I know, right? Like, if I were to do that, Ryan would have been able to stream yesterday. But no. But that's okay. You know, things don't go as planned. That's fine. We move on. And then when we get back to the new place, when they were unloading stuff, like it was it was so oh, I was like just thinking about it gets me so angry. So every boxes I labeled it with like the posted notes, and it says like where it goes clearly: living room, kitchen, like baby's room. You know what I mean? Like master bedroom, right? And then the movers consistently asked us where those boxes go. Like they would literally bring a box in front of the front door. They're like, "Where does this box go?" And like legit, the box it says like living room, and I'm just like Ryan was losing it because like it literally like my wife has written on the box that it goes where. Like why don't you just read? Like why are you taking more time just waiting around so that you can like ask us where it's going? Like I just feel like that's just so lazy for some reason. And then they were also moving things super slowly. And they were fighting as well. They were having arguments between each other. And so like things were not moving quick. And we're paying them by hourly. Like we're not paying them to like have a freaking discourse in front of our front door. It's like they're not moving any of our shit. It's not professional, obviously. And so Ryan's like, you know what? Like I'm gonna help you guys out. Ryan told me that he literally lifted more boxes than like two of the other movers. There's one strong mover that lifted as many boxes as Ryan did, but two of them like they basically didn't. And one of them he Ryan said like he might have moved 6 boxes the whole time. So like the third guy like moved 6 boxes, and here I am paying 2,500. Like I'm like, are you like as a customer? How can I not get angry at this? Like I'm seeing this guy doing nothing. Like he's just like literally doing nothing. He's just standing there, and then this part made me laugh out loud. He was holding the piano bench, and you know how the piano bench looks like? It does not look like an office desk or office chair. It just looks like a piano chair, right? And then this guy, and also the piano chair is like super light. Even I can lift it no problem. He like so the third guy who barely lifted anything lifts the piano chair and then goes like, "Where does this go?" And then Ryan said, "Oh, that goes to my wife's office where the piano is." And then he goes like, "Oh, okay." He comes to the second floor. He's like looking for me while he's holding the chair, and then he goes like, excuse me, where does this chair go?" And then I said, right here, next to the piano. Like literally, Ryan just told you where it goes, and you're looking for me to ask where this goes. Like I'm just like I'm sorry, didn't you just ask my husband like 2 seconds ago where it goes, and then like you're looking for me to ask where it goes? Like I'm like I was losing my mind, dude. And like they when they made the dents and huge marks on the wall and the floor, I was like I was like you made a mark on the door. Like are you like do you think you can move the piano? Is it okay? And then they're like, "Oh yeah, you can, it's okay. You can just take a look. It's not that big. It's like it's very minor. Like you can barely notice it." And like their attitude was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry." It wasn't that. Their attitude was like, "Oh yeah, we just made a little scrape, but it's not a big deal. You can take a look, but you'll probably be fine with it." Like 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 they thought it was nothing, and they thought I would find it was like nothing. But it was not nothing. The marks were there, and it was not like little like nick. Like it was pretty dang severe, I would say. And especially it's a new house. Like imagine when you bought a new car, and then like when they deliver the new car to you, they just go like, "Oh yeah, just banged your new car a little bit. It's just a really small scratch. You can barely notice it. Whatever, it's all good. Give me the full price of this car. Like, you would be pretty dang furious, right? Like, that's how I felt. Like, they were so blunt about it. How they were almost like not guilty. They didn't feel guilty about all the damages they caused. And you're like, oh yeah, just take a look. It's fine. I was like, what? Like, I was so beyond. Like, I was not capable of like handling this emotion and the situation that I was like, oh, okay. And I just kind of like didn't react to it just because of like, how do I react to that when the guy goes like, oh, it's not a big deal, it's just a scratch. Seriously, like, I was angry and I was like real time uploading photos on the subscriber only Discord, and I was like, guys, I'm actually crying, I'm in tears. Look at these photos. Like, does it look bad or does it not look bad? Just tell me the truth. And literally everyone in subscriber Discord were like, that looks terrible. That is like really bad. And I was like, okay, like, I'm not the crazy one thinking that it looks terrible. Like, because like the movers, they acted like it was nothing. Yeah, they were gaslighting. I'm like, oh, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. I'm like, oh, it's like, but then I feel like I have a personality that like I can easily get gaslit. So I was like, oh, maybe it is nothing. But let me just like check with my boys here. Opens Discord, guys, look at this. And the chat goes like, that is not nothing. That looks terrible. I'm just like don't gaslit me. I trust chat more than anything. Oh. Well, cause like they acted like it was actually nothing. Like I don't know how to tell you. I felt like I was going crazy. Like I cleaned up the new house before the moving, cause I didn't want the furnitures to be on like the dirty floor. But then like the usually movers when they move stuff, there's like a guy. He like they put like the blue thingy around, like blue cover around their shoes so they don't dirty up the clean house, right? But these movers, they did not ask, they did not care. They came in with their working shoes, despite Ryan, me, Luna, none of us wearing shoes. And sure, like they were wearing shoes to protect their toes. That's fine, but they can wear the protected, like the protective, like the blue shoe cover thingy to protect the floor. Like don't dirt, like so that they don't dirty up the floor while they're moving the furnitures. But like they didn't even care to do that either. I was like, I don't know, like why the hell did I have a moving cleaner to clean up the house when like they're literally just wearing shoes like inside and just like moving everything. What they told us is that, I mean, you guys are gonna laugh, and honestly, you're fair to laugh. They're like, so about the damage, Ryan brought it up to the movers. So it's like, so there is quite a lot of damage even in the new place. So like, how are you gonna compensate that? And he said, right now, you just pay us full, and then I will give you the management's contact information, and you take a photo of all the damages that we did, and then bring it up there, and we have a good policy, like company policy that actually compensates really well. And then they brought out the debit card machine and then said, how would you like to pay? And Ryan and I were like, oh, okay. And then they actually had audacity to ask for tip on the debit machine. They said like, what percent would you like to tip us? Like, and I was like, no way. Like, are they blind? It took them 10 hours to move 50 boxes and 2 furnitures and 1 piano. Like 10 hours. That shit is bonkers. And they get paid for hourly and they ask for a tip. Are you crazy? I was like, you didn't tip them, right, Ryan? Because like Ryan was the one who was paying, and I was like, you didn't tip them, right? And then Ryan was like, no, I did not tip them. I was like, thank you for at least letting me have this. Like, at least you didn't pay any tip for them. And then I was like, do you think like if I were them, like I would be so embarrassed to even have the debit machine to ask for the tip. You know what I mean? But like, do you think they were embarrassed about all this like shitty ass job they did? And then Ryan said, "No, I think honestly, I think the workers might have thought that they did a good job. I think Ryan said workers seem like they seem like they did the good job when they came in for like the payment." And I was like the movers thought they did good job on this? Like, are you kidding me? And then Ryan's like, well, at least that was that kind of like the way the attitude went. Like that was like the way it went. And I was like, yeah. So and I took like I don't know 12 pictures of all the damages. And like that's a good job, huh? That's a good job. Do you like? I don't know. They said like they were working their asses off, but like they were working their asses off because like they were not smart with it, dude. Like I don't even know why it took them 10 hours, and I don't know why they were working so hard when it wasn't that big of a move. Like 10-hour moving is a major moving. That's like we're talking about over $100 and like many furnitures like 3 beds, like dinner table, coffee table, like all like like you know like desks and stuff like that. Like 10 hours of moving is a major moving. Do you know why I know this? It's because when we immigrated to Canada, that was major moving. When we were immigrating to Canada from South Korea, we literally we had everything packed up, and it was me, my sister, my mom, and my dad, and we had to bring everything. And guess what? That did not take 10 hours. Despite it was and then that was like what, like year 2001 or something like that. So the TVs weren't even flat screen. It was a CRT huge ass TV. And we had like my mom, like my parents' bed, my sister's bed, and my bed. And like we had like my sister had a double bed, I had a single bed, my mom and my dad had the queen size bed. And like, you know, like my sister had a desk, I had a desk. Like we had all the furniture, and that did not take 10 hours. And Luna took the day off from daycare because the daycare lady was like, "Oh, by the way, I'm gonna take Wednesday off." And then we were like, "Wait, but we're moving on Wednesday." And then I asked Ryan, like, why is she taking Wednesday off? And then Ryan said, she said for person, she said the personal day. She was taking Wednesday off from work for personal day. But anyways, so she took the daycare off. So we had to have Luna with us the whole time while we were moving. And it might, like, I honestly might be like a Buddha in this real life, because I was unpacking, and as I was unpacking and organizing, Luna would take it out and she would spill whatever I was packing away. So for example, let's say I was putting away a pack of crayons. She would then grab it from the shelf, open it, and and then like flip it around, like just throw the whole crayons just onto the floor. And then she goes like, "Fun." And she would keep doing that for like everything. So you can imagine, as I'm unpacking, she's making more mess on the floor. And then I was like, "Can you stop that? Like, mommy is unboxing. Mommy is trying to like clear stuff, like organizing. Like, can you stop making mess? Can you clean up after yourself?" And then she said, "No, mommy clean up." And I said, "Mommy's not gonna clean up. You have to clean up." And she's like, "No, I don't like clean up." And she just like goes down making more mess. And I was like, shoot me right now. Oh. Did I tell you guys? Did I tell the story where like Ryan took a wrong turn while we were driving back home, and I said, "Oh, you're taking the long way." And then Luna in the car seat, she said, "The long way, the long way." Did I tell the story? Oh, it was so good, right? Daddy took the wrong turn. I said, "Oh, you're going the long way." And then what did you say? The long way. He said the long way. But like I know Ryan mentioned it on today's stream, but like usually she's in bed by 9 p.m. at the latest. But like when on the moving day, it was like because we had to pick up the freaking power cords for the TV and Peloton and etc. That like we were coming back, we were driving late and we came home at like 9:30 or 10 p.m. or something like that, way past their bedtime, right? And then like Ryan was like, "We don't really drive out this late anymore, huh?" And then Luna was like, I like night. I like nighttime. I like nighttime." But then like because like we broke her brain for like not putting her to sleep this late. So she was like a broken tape. She just kept saying like, "I like the night. I 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 like the night." It was like and I said, "Okay, okay, we know that you like the nighttime." And he's like, "I like the night. I like the night." And like legit for 20 minutes, I almost broke out the window of the car and just ran home. I was it actually I felt like I was in in the mental hospital. I like the night. I like the night. I like the night. I like the night. Like stop, please stop. Oh.
My wife's got she's got a yellow moon on Discord. What am I supposed to do? Saw it and then I saw it say, yellow moon means she's away. None of you stand so tall. Yellow moon means no Discord call. It's a yellow moon. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Yellow, yellow, yellow moon.